Welcome to episode 307 of the 8-Bit Geek. If this is your first rodeo, welcome. Let me fill you in on what the show is like. Kind of like going to the Oscars, knowing that you're going to win. Like that you're a shoo-in. You're like, there's no way that I could ever lose this category. Then you tell all your friends, you start getting dressed, you put your Tom Ford suit on, or your beautiful dress by a designer who I don't know. You get your teeth whitened, butthole bleached. Then you get there, you sit down, you're just enjoying the show. Then your category gets called. You're on the edge of your seat. Call the winner. It's not you. You were robbed. So you put on a face, a smile for the camera, clap, then you head straight for the bar. I'm Jeremy. And with me are two men who have Oscar blow-up dolls.
Like the Grouch?
That's for you to tell.
So Kev has an Oscar the Grouch blow-up doll.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have an Oscar Isaacs blow-up doll.
Nice.
And I'm
okay.
like, take me home, Poe Dameron.
Okay.
Jeremy,
What's that?
what you got?
Nothing, because I absolutely destroyed it the first night.
What was it?
Put a hole in it, and it just went.
What was it?
What's what?
Which
Oscar did you have?
Oscar de la Hoya?
I thought the same thing. There's only like 4 Oscars in the world.
It was a balloon that I wrote Oscar on.
Oh.
I fucked the shit out of it.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Oh.
I'm Kevin.
Oh, Jesus. I'm Doug. Brindini, I think it's time for you to leave now. If you're
Brindini,
still
your
here.
muffs.
No,
So
your
sorry.
muff's too late. Sorry.
So listen, let's talk Oscars, shall we? Did you guys? Never mind. You didn't watch them.
No, but I watched
people complain about them.
I watched people talk about it on Twitter last night until I fell asleep at like 9, and then I kind of watched the highlights today.
Okay. And what did you do? You, I don't know. I felt like it was fine. Just like every year, the Oscars are fine. The movie that I wanted to win won its category, which was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only one I really cared about. I do think that Christian Bale got robbed. I think that his portrayal was fucking phenomenal. Nothing against Rami, but I just feel like you put those characters side by side, and there's just a lot more depth and like mannerism and stuff to the character of Dick Cheney, and the transformation was. I just thought it was a better character. So I feel like, but I guess we'll never know what that looks like. Christian Bale, aka Batman, winning a Oscar.
He has won on some Oscars.
Yeah, I was going to say he's won Oscars before.
So we'll never know.
So we'll never know. All right. Yeah, it seemed like, I was glad to see that Bohemian Rhapsody didn't win Best Picture. It did win the Golden Globe. And typically, you'll see it's like 70% of the time or some shit. Like whatever wins the Golden Globe will win the Oscar. And I know there's a lot of people that have issues with Bohemian Rhapsody. One, because some just say it's not that good. To say that it's, because I haven't seen it yet, so I have no real opinion on this, but like that it is boring and that it doesn't necessarily reveal any new information about Freddie Mercury or Queen, and that the things that are there you could easily read on his Wikipedia.
I mean, but it's still, I watched it. I thought it was a fun movie. But
Best Picture though,
no, absolutely not.
Exactly, and that's kind of the point. And then also there's the issue of Bryan Singer in general. And this is like one of the few times that a movie was nominated for Best Picture, but the director was not nominated for Best Director. Mm-hmm. And that's mostly because Bryan Singer was fired like more than halfway through filming this movie because of, the fact that he's a creep.
Yep.
and I guess he had there was some stuff that was coming out against him. I guess he got angry, and he apparently he's just a piece of shit. So even
That's
on
the word.
yeah, even on like sets and stuff, Ellen Page has talked about how he was making like derogatory terms and saying stuff like that against like gay people and stuff on the set of like X-Men and stuff, and she hadn't come out yet at that time, and so she was like, kind of like it just reinforced I'm in Hollywood, I shouldn't come out because it'll hurt my career because here's this big time director talking shit. So, anywho's, I don't know, there was some interesting things. I thought Queen opening was awesome. The fact that there wasn't a host, and it seemed like people were very okay with the fact that there wasn't a host, that the show was quicker, it was more streamlined. It allowed the presenters to be a little bit more funny and stuff, and to kind of have a moment in the spotlight without, I don't know, not saying they're being like overshadowed by like the host, but yeah, like the show just kicked off. It was Queen, and then right after that was immediately Amy Poehler and Tina Fey and Maya Rudolph, and they had a little bit which was funny, and then right into the show.
It gave more time to the presenters and the award
Winners.
Recipients.
Yeah.
They got longer speeches, and it was good.
And again, it was apparently just it seemed like, again, just from what I was reading, people saying that it was one of the best Oscars in years, and that every award was televised. There wasn't stuff happening during commercials because they now have time, because they don't have to worry about like, well, we've got to give so and so 5 minutes at the beginning, and then they get another 5 minutes in the middle, and then like there's not like routines that have to happen. It's just let's just fucking do it. So that was cool. The winner of the best actor, I think it was best actress, Olivia. Oh shit, what was her last name?
Newton-John.
No, it wasn't Olivia Newton-John.
This isn't 1984.
No, Oscars 2019.
He'll never see an Oscar. That's sad.
What's that?
She deserves one.
For Grease?
Yeah.
for Grease? She won for it was the favorite. Let's see. I'm looking at all the winners right now. Her acceptance speech was one of the best I've seen in a while, because I feel like it was one of the most like real. Olivia Colman for the favorite.
Yeah, she was so genuine.
Yeah, it was like exactly where, I mean, she's like,
I'm gonna go piss myself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and like not knowing what to say, and then being like, so stunned that she won, and her like, I'm so sorry, Glenn Close, you've been my idol for 20 years. This is not how I expected it to go. And she's like, I'm gonna enjoy this because this is never gonna happen again. All stuff. Kev, you might know her from Broadchurch. You watch Broadchurch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the female
I
detective.
see a picture of her.
She's the female detective in Broadchurch.
The black-haired one?
I can send a picture of her real quick.
Don't. Nope.
It's
I
her.
already know
It's
what's gonna
her.
happen.
It's like her and David Tennant.
Yeah. I know exactly the black-haired one. She is awesome.
So, yeah, it's a really great actress, and so it's really cool to see her, like, obviously succeed in her career. I don't know, Alfonso Cuarón for Best Director for Roma, but like, and he's a phenomenal director. I'm sure you guys have seen some of his movies. What was that one? He had that one a couple years ago. Oh my god, the book, Children of Men.
Oh yeah.
Such a phenomenal movie.
I saw his other movie, Y Tu Mamá También, way back in the day.
Yeah. Also, Harry Potter and the third one. Harry Potter and the third one.
Oh. Is that a new one coming out?
The Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't forget which one that was. That's also him, which I like him for that movie, even though it's not necessarily like one of his like best movies, but like I feel like his movie set the tone for the rest. Like the first two were Chris Columbus, and they had a very chilled child's feel to it, and the third one is where it got dark, and they kept that tone and that style for the rest of the franchise, which I think is huge. Anyways, it was an interesting night.
Yeah, it was a good night. Its ratings were up as well for the first time in 5 years. Good stuff.
People are excited that there wasn't a fucking host.
Yeah, exactly.
So let us know what you guys think of the Oscars. So you can do that over on Discord or, of course, on social media. You can follow us at the 8-Bit Geek, and, of course, hit us up on Discord where we talk all about fun news and stories, and you can meet friends and all that good stuff. This week's show is brought to you by Audio Boom, where you can start a podcast for free or pay some money. I think you'll pay money if you have to. Go, go Google it. You'll be fine. But you can find our show there because they host it. Or if you want, you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher Radio. We have a couple different shows on the network. We have 8-Bit Saga, we have Divas Drop Kicks and Dives, and we have Brainberry Tarts is back. So you can check those out and maybe find something you enjoy. And of course, how could we go another week without mentioning Patreon and how you can become one and how we can give you so much extra content. I'm talking just a earful of sounds. If you want to keep hearing our voices and looking at us while we eat weird shit, become a patron. It's as little as $5 a month. That's one coffee at Starbucks. That is one breakfast burrito.
From where? Where are you buying breakfast burritos from that they're $5 dollars?
Oh
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm just saying, like, that's if you get the biggie. The big
Are you going to that California breakfast burrito place that down the street from your house? I can see it being $5 there because it's a fucking football.
Yeah. You were walking the convention floor eating that thing like all day.
No, I wasn't. I ate it in the car and then I had to poop all day. I was at the convention.
So you were technically carrying it with you.
Oh yeah, I was definitely carrying it with me, but I wasn't eating it.
Doug essentially was like, all right, well, I don't have any carry-on, but I do now. And he's like carrying this thing over his shoulder.
Yeah. You're like, just order this thing's huge. It's a huge burrito. And I'm like, yeah, sure it is. And then I opened the styrofoam container thing that it comes in or whatever, and I was like, fuck me. This is a day's worth of food. And then later in the day, we then went and got steaks and stuff from that one place. Remember? We had to go.
Texas de Brazil?
No, we didn't go to Texas de Brazil. We went to Texas Roadhouse, and we got every possible side they had, and then giant ass steaks. And then we're like, "Hey,
appetizer.
Let's go to a launch party for a video game." And then we're all just like, "This game looks."
Yeah.
You guys want to get a drink for free?
I'm so full.
Let's do it again.
All right.
So, give up something one day to receive a whole bunch of new content. We even have a daily show on there called The Diner. We put out a show every single day for you guys, and we cover a ton of topics. We get super personal on there. And if you want to find out more about us and our personalities and what makes us tick, that's a great way to do it. So you can head over to Patreon and do that and support us, because if you support us, you're supporting the show, which puts out more content and reaches more people. So we thank you for that. Let's see. We've got Misconnections to start things off this week, and boy, oh boy, is it a doozy.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what Misconnections is, we take real ads from the Misconnection section of Craigslist. We read them in funny voices. They are completely real. We don't edit them in any way, but we definitely can't make this stuff up. Doug, what's going on?
I was thinking about what voice I had to do this week. I couldn't remember. So I'll hit the button now.
Okay.
Boy sees girl. Boy is interested in girl. Boy awkwardly stares at girl from across the room. Boy never approaches girl. Girl leaves. Boy swears they are meant for one another. Boy turns to Craigslist for help finding girl. 8-Bit Geek steps in. Welcome to Misconnections.
Doug, you have to do David
Maloney.
Oh, David Attenborough. That's right. Okay. Yeah. David Maloney.
I gave you a really short one this week.
Who the fuck is David Maloney?
I don't know.
Baloney? I gave you a really short one this week, so that way, because I know the voice is, you're probably not used to it. So
yeah, I did it last week while we were like after the post show or whatever, like just dicking around. I have to find it again. I have to find that voice. Okay, because we talked about how it was kind of like Willie Rowe's father from Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck!
Get into that zone. Auto zone.
You gave me a real short one, huh? Fuck! That's god damn it! A fucking novel over here.
That's crazy.
That's so much. All right. Well, now I'm gonna take even more time to find the voice. I thought, because I was like, okay, I'll rush this. If I only have like 2 lines, then I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Over here, we see the zebra. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
This is planet Earth 2.
There it is.
I don't want sex. I want to make love and orally spoil my lady.
Oh, no.
This is Los Angeles. I miss my monogamous lover, a young lady to explore deep mental and physical connections that make a life a pleasure with each other in and out of bed. I miss chemistry attraction to her inner and outer beauty, where our minds and bodies combine into a synergy of pleasurable, loving energy. I don't want to make babies yet, but that level of intensity, passion, practicing, even as fantasy sexy while making love. What? Even as fantasy sexy while making love. That is the fucking sentence. Okay, I read that right.
Even as fantasy sexy. Yeah, that's not even like an autocorrect fail.
Yeah, this is like, this says it's like written by a bot.
David Attenborough, the bot.
What we've done here is an experiment. We fed an AI 100,000 misconnections and asked it to write its own. Here's the result.
This is perfect.
Where was I? Pleasing my partner gives me pleasure. Even role-playing in bed. Edging for hours.
I love edging.
Oh, gross. Did not need to know that.
TMI.
What is edging? I don't know what that is.
Oh,
I don't. I really don't. What is that?
Okay, so edging is where you kind of just go around without doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, you know, let's say your wife is, S and your D, right? Yeah, she just is going around the edge. She's not putting it all in. You know what I mean? And same for a dude. Like, you're going around the edges without going in.
Sometimes I love to climb fences, and sometimes I just don't jump them. So
what? What? Never mind, David, Sir David.
Yeah. Okay, Jesus Christ.
Ew.
I have blue eyes, wavy curly white hair, because I'm old, a soothing voice. I'm fit for being almost 100, tall, toned, hung, and handsome.
Oh, Mr. Attenborough.
Title of the episode.
Did I mention I'm also a knight? I love learning about life, mind, body, health, and I can still enjoy exploring a wild side. Open to having drinks 420, blaze it, with the right lover, though natural chemistry must be there first. I like exploring arts and culture, expanding my mind in a creative and positive way. I'm very into music, newer to older, 70s to new underground, chill, dub, future, lo-fi, deep house, soulful, classic oldies, jazz, the sounds of animals mating in the wild.
Oh boy.
Just picky with music. What?
I love everything, but picky with music.
I like movies, mostly indie, foreign, documentary, which I work on. I don't know if you've heard of my hit series Planet Earth and Blue Earth over on BBC.
Shout out.
Just mostly less mainstream films. Not a huge fan of those Avengers.
That tracks.
I have an open mind about looks, yet drawn towards woman with. Well, that's definitely supposed to be women. Yet drawn towards women with European, Latin, Spanish, Mediterranean, Indian, Asian mixed exotic looks from white to dark olive tan skin tones. I like women, all of them.
I was gonna say that you basically like you just threw a dart at a globe.
This seriously has been written by a bot. Attraction
What
to
is
your
real?
eyes, smile, voice, mind is a first step. I like upturned smiling eyes, cat eyes, color doesn't matter, plump natural lips, pretty, exotic, sultry, feminine, model-esque facial features.
These are all just like tags. It's
Yeah,
just like
seriously.
hashtag
Yeah.
exotic, hashtag sultry, hashtag
I like
feminine.
hashtag natural, hashtag hourglass curves with a thin or thick body. I like cuddling, massaging, exercising, yoga, stretching, keeping each other fit in bed, feeling we had a good workout the next days. Let's see if we feel chemistry.
This is
That was my favorite thing about this whole post was the fact that it listed out so many things. I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. And that concludes our AI experiment.
it's like going up to a roulette table and putting a chip on each category
Yeah.
and then going, "Oh, I won!" That's really what this was.
That's ridiculous.
Well, my turn.
Who are you
Thanks.
this week?
What?
Who are you this week?
Oh,
Who am I this week?
Oh, I know who he is.
wow.
Oh yeah.
Me, I'm back.
Oh no.
Yeah. Like Bing Boom microphone
Big boom.
talking. Hammers down. Here we go. My mouth waters for your kitty.
Oh no.
Meow.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hi, ladies. I'm happy to finally be off work and want to treat myself by eating yum, sing, and licking your freshly shaved and neatly trimmed delicious kitty.
Oh God.
You ever been to Bed Bath and Beyond?
What?
I'm decently fit, Mexican, Hawaiian mixed guy, aged 41. I'm 5'8", 180 pounds. I love D&D and also F.
What?
That's
Dungeons
Dungeons and Dragons Future Edition. I'm tanned, muscular. I've got a cute bubble butt. Good hygiene. I also do ETC. I'm laid back, discreet, and respectful of your boundaries.
What was that?
I also give amazing sensual massages. And don't expect cash dollars or sex. Wow. As this is strictly no strings attached basis. Thanks.
All right. Me and Doug had the same reaction on that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well,
Who am I this week?
guess not all of them can be hits, huh?
Yeah.
I tried. It was good, man. A for effort.
Fuck you and your stupid voices.
Mm-hmm.
Do your Randy Savage thing that I liked last week.
Oh yeah, it's the
That I won't
2
like
weeks in a row?
uh-huh. It was such a hit last week. It was requested again.
Wow. Okay, well, that's... Okay.
Like you haven't done the same voice for 3 years before we started this, Kev. And now you're amazed that you have to do one 2 weeks in a row?
Yeah. You know who isn't amazed? Me! Hello, boys!
Okay.
You ready to get fucking crazy?
All right.
Yeah!
I can't not like this. I wanted to hate it, but I can't. It's too funny.
This one rises to the top. Excuse me. The chubby black M. Thinking older, mature. BBW. Bellflower.
Doug's trying to work it out.
I'm trying to figure out what the SS is.
Secret Service.
Secret Santa. Yeah.
Oh!
It's my Secret Santa BBW.
Yeah!
I'd give her a glitter bomb. No.
God.
No. I hope you will be having a good weekend coming up. I'm a single male, 32 years young, 6'4", chubby black male. Am I Jay Lethal? I'm easygoing and easy to communicate with. High sex drive and stamina to last. Almost a 10-inch dick. I'm clean, safe, and down to fuck. Down to fuck. DDF, DDF, GDP. I'll see you in the squared circle. Now I'm open to race if interested. If you want to race, we'll race. Shoes off, of course. Preferred ages in between 30 and 45. Goodbye, boys. Keep them toenails fresh. Conversations.
God, that's the best.
Hurts my throat so much.
Oh, that's so good. All right, the top box office this week. How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World comes in number one with $57 million, which is a pretty good pull.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Because it's like the third one in the series or something like that.
Yeah.
So pretty
And very highly rated, 98% on Rotten Tomato.
damn.
Wow.
I've only seen the first one, and I really enjoyed the first one.
The second one is just as good, dude.
Yeah, and they have like a whole Netflix show too. So like,
Son watched that for a long time.
yeah. So I just need to get back into it. Maybe we'll get Ollie into it.
You should. Let me see what the Rotten Tomato is now. Maybe it went down.
Did it? I'm checking IMDb. IMDb's at a 7.9.
It is at 92%.
Damn, but still.
Still
Yeah.
solid.
92.
Wow.
Good shit.
You know, it's not at 92.
What?
Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. It did not do. Hey, How to Train Your Dragon 2 also had a 92.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at the cast list because you just forget how many people are in this fucking movie. Everybody.
And then the original had a 98%.
Yeah. That's it. The first one's really good.
To have over 95% in all three movies is just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Especially for like a non-Pixar movie, because I'm sure maybe the Toy Stories may have higher. Maybe
That was
but
the
even
first
then.
thing I thought of too.
But because Cars definitely doesn't though.
No.
Oh no.
The movie sucked. But yeah, I mean the cast includes Jonah Hill, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Kristen Wiig, Kit Harington, and then obviously like Jay Baruchel, Kate Blanchett, Gerard Butler, Craig Ferguson. Fucking everybody's in this movie.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Kev,
Every
Hi.
Scottish
you
actor
got
they can
some
think of.
explaining to do.
A boot.
A boot.
Well, Fighting with My Family came out, and you didn't go see it.
No.
Why?
Wait,
I was
do you
too
hate
busy
Paige
enjoying
that
my
much?
time. No,
You
I don't
hate
hate Paige.
Yeah, it seems like. Listen, I saw this trailer and I was like, this looks like a really good movie.
It does.
On
Good.
Metacritic.
A decent cast too. Like they've got like Steven Merchant's in it, The Rock's in it. Probably a lot of wrestlers. I mean, it's a WWE film, so I mean, I'm sure they're going to use a lot of their talent too.
It's sitting
This-
at 91% on Rotten Tomato.
Is Steven
Yeah,
Merchant in it? I know he directed it, but is
thought
he
he had
in
some-
it?
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's the writer and the director.
No. It's got Nick
Frost.
Frost is in it. Did we talk about
Nick Frost is the
Frost?
dad.
Yeah, Lena Headey is the mom, which everyone knows her from Game of Thrones and everything else she's ever been in. Because
She was in Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles.
I don't
Mhm.
understand how this didn't do well. It only made $8 million in 2 weeks.
Steve Merchant is in it, by the way. He plays Hugh.
Hugh.
So
A lot of
That's
people.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Let's get into the news. And it looks like Cinemark's Movie Club is doing pretty well. And it's it's one of those subscription-based models Cinemark's putting out. It has over 560,000 members now. And you can, for $8.99, you get one 2D ticket. And then you get 20% off concessions and then waived online fees. And then you can have an add-on ticket for $8.99. So,
Or I
Roll.
can just walk across the street and get it from Cinemark for like $5 at a matinee.
Kev,
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out. I mean, I guess just one ticket a month.
That's ridiculous. I would think one ticket a week would make sense.
yeah, I know that's what I thought too. But yeah, one ticket a month.
That's not. That's not worth it. I guess $8.99. Yeah, $8.99 a month. No, you should get more tickets than that.
You really should.
Yeah.
That's why I like the other clubs. But I wish I wish they had an AMC near me, because then I would definitely join that. But Cinemark is the one that I have, and
Yeah.
sucks.
That's
I
the
don't.
one
I
that's-
hate the Cinemark near me because they don't have reserved seating. The reserved seating they do have is marked off as premium seats, which they charge like $16 for, and it's the best seats in the house, and they're just like, oh well, it's extra now, and you're like,
Wait.
fuck off.
Are those the 4D seats though? The ones that like move with the movie?
Some of them are. They might be.
Because that's how it is at the theater where I'm at, where the XD theater has the premium seating is that shitty 4D seating, and it's like in the prime spot. So if you're not buying that, basically you're sitting either in front or back of them. So
I did that for one film. I was like, all right, let's try it. Colin and I did it for a Transformers movie, I think, something
Mhm.
like that. Something with a lot of action.
Mhm.
It was fine. My back kind of hurt afterwards because it just like dung, 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 dung.
yeah, it takes away from the movie. Like me and my friend Andrew went to go see Spider-Man with it, Spider-Man Homecoming, and it was fun to watch the movie, but like you couldn't focus on the movie because you're too busy like fucking rocking all around with your chair and shit. Like it got a little annoying.
Let's see. Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Jared, I had a question for you. What was the name of that theater that we went to? That over by you, your favorite theater. What's it called?
That is the movie house,
Okay,
Texas Movie House.
is that what it was called? I can't remember if it was like Studio Movie Grill or something like that.
No, that one's in a different part of town.
Just they're doing a bunch of construction, kind of not too far from my house. They have a whole bunch of stuff going in, like a Chick-fil-A and like a Mooyah and a whole just a fuck ton of, an Old Navy, like a bunch of stores and shit, and then a movie studio grill, or a Studio Movie Grill, and I couldn't remember if that was like the one that we went to with you.
Oh, Studio Movie Grill that one's pretty good too. They have really cheap tickets. It's they do like $5 tickets all day, and the seats are pretty decent. I would say it's like a mid tier
like
theater.
above Movie Tavern.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would put it above. I think the food is better
Yeah.
than Movie Tavern, but the seats that they choose to use do wear down pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and so
So-
they get worn out, and they haven't replaced the ones over by my house.
Yeah, this is over by us. Like this is by me. So this is will be the closest theater to me. I mean, I'm talking less than 5 minutes away. So it's
that'll be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, because right now, they opened up that new AMC, which is like right in between me and work, and so like I think we're gonna go see. We've seen a number of things there. You went with us to that AMC to see.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, and so we're gonna go see Captain Marvel there opening night. But unfortunately, like their opening showing for that is not until 10:45. Like they don't have a 7; they have a 10:45. So you guys will be getting out of the movie while I'm going into the movie. So don't spoil shit for me, or I will.
I haven't even
be
got my
sad.
ticket.
I will
I
be
haven't bought
sad.
tickets yet.
I'm gonna look at. I gotta look at tickets here because I haven't gotten them. Let's see. We've got Hugh Jackman is now the Guinness Book World Record holder for playing Wolverine, the longest superhero, 16 years and 228 days.
Here's my question. So this goes until like the end of like Logan, right? Like, I mean, right?
It's ending Logan in 2017.
Okay. Well, Patrick Stewart also got that award because they've both been playing the same character for the same amount of time. I was just curious if it was still ongoing or whatever, because I have to feel that like the Marvel people are gonna pass him up soon, right?
Oh yeah.
Like Robert Downey Jr. is gonna be like right on those tails with the fact that came out 2005 maybe for Iron Man 1, right? So we're looking at 14 years, right? It's 2019 or whatever. So like, I feel like he's gonna pass him.
3 more years.
Yeah. So enjoy it while it lasts, Hugh. Unless Tony Stark dies in Endgame.
Right. Hey, look at that belly button on Hugh.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
I guess. He's ripped as fuck. This is from the image in this article is the one from which one was it? It was the second Wolverine movie?
Oh no, it was the one with this is the one where he went to like Japan.
Yeah, but this isn't like this the Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was more fit for this movie than he was for the original X-Men movie. So it's just really funny because you look. This is one of the movies where they were doing the side by sides. Where it was like, man, look how fucking ripped he is. Like, let's look at the image of him without a shirt on in X-Men. Like, ooh,
not as ripped.
Ooh, not as ripped.
Let's see. There is a Chinese blockbuster coming to Netflix, and is it already there? It might already be there. I'm gonna watch it. And no, I guess it plans to release soon. It's the biggest movie. It's already 2019's highest grossing film at 3.3 billion RMB. Is that what the fuck is that? What kind of money is that? Which relates to 491 million in US dollars. So
That's a lot of money.
Yes.
I want to know what Netflix paid for it because it's one of those. If you're not going to release it in theaters here, what type of deal did they make that they figured it would be worth it to do that instead of a theater release?
Yeah. Who knows? But man, I kind of want to watch it now.
Did you guys watch the trailer at all or no?
No.
No.
Oh my God. When we end the show, I want you to watch it because I sent it to you guys. It is fucking phenomenal looking. And it's a sci-fi film about Earth dying off. And I watched that trailer just based on it alone. I don't even care if it's all subtitle. I just want to be a part of this film. It looks so cool. Let's see. The trolls are out and they're already targeting Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yep.
Yay for assholes.
It's a bunch of dudes who I'm going to assume are white, being mad that there's a superhero that doesn't represent them because God knows they need one of those. They just they can't.
Sorry, Chudfu in the said, "Hey, you didn't mention the movie name. It's called The Wandering Earth."
Yeah.
Go look up that trailer. Sorry, back to white men crying.
Yeah, it's just another instance, of just bitches being bitches.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you know what's going to make them even more angry is the fact that a woman will save the entire universe.
Yeah, Yeah, she's gonna do this, and then she's gonna show up in fucking in-game, and she's going to end it and fix
End
everything.
the game.
Yeah, in the game. She's gonna fucking yeah. She's gonna be the one that saves literally everyone, and White Boy's gonna be angry.
White-
Oh man, Iron Man could have done that. That's my
At
white.
first you sounded like Chewie, and then you went into Kermit. It's like Chewie Kermit.
Warg. Yeah. So I'm not surprised. I'll be curious to see what the actual reviews say when the movie actually comes out and people actually see it. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
I'm sure white boys still be mad. It's kind of the same thing that like they don't like the new Star Wars and stuff because Rey is the main character and not Luke Skywalker, and they just can't fucking
take it out on
handle it.
Rose.
They just can't fucking handle it. Yeah, seriously. So white dudes suck.
They do. They really do. Sometimes I'm like, oh god, I gotta.
Well, I'm one of you. I hate.
Oh,
I hate it. Yeah, you make all of us look bad. You make all of us look bad.
So this is an interesting one. I guess somehow pedophiles have somehow secretly or not so secretly found a way to form and gather in the comment section of YouTube, and it's caused a huge uproar. So much so that almost every mega sponsor has pulled their ads off of YouTube because of it. One lone person has come out and called out the comment section, which then was sharing videos of children and like, you know, commenting over it and kind of forming this whole ring of just disgustingness, a softcore porn ring. And so who is it? Mark Watson is credited with sharing a video showing how comments on videos of children were being used to enable ad havoc softcore children porn. Child porn. Commenters would flag videos of underage girls who performing supposedly suggestive actions such as gymnastics, while YouTube's own algorithms would inadvertently suggest similar videos. And so YouTube is in huge PR mode right now, trying to put out the fire, but the damage is already done. Like there's so many people who have pulled out of YouTube, and YouTube really has an identity issue as well. They let bots do all the work around the website, and there's almost no human,
Interaction.
with the company itself. And I've said this on the show before, where I think these online companies need to have a customer service dedicated team, because even with us, we tried to get a hold of somebody at Instagram. There's nobody to get a hold of. It's all bots, and then they don't do anything for you.
Yeah.
And the algorithms that all these companies are using, they also, YouTube is in a big battle with creators right now because they're getting false strikes on their account, because all somebody has to do is put in they have to put in a copyright claim, and away goes your account. Bye-bye.
Well, and here's another thing, especially in regards to this. I saw a huge thread on this on Twitter, I think on Friday it was this lady and her family that make YouTube videos. They're all like family friendly. They have a lot of subscribers. They don't cuss. It's like her and her family and like her kids and stuff. And she had a whole series of videos that like went through, approved, were up for like a week, ad service, everything was fine. All of their ads got pulled and revoked because of the comment section. And YouTube,
Really?
yes, because of this, of people. Well, and the thing is, like, she has, like, they're doing well enough. They have a moderator team that literally like goes in and deletes, shitty like comment, not necessarily shitty comments, but like inappropriate comments, especially because it is a family based channel, and that's who a lot of their subscribers are, or like kids and families and whatnot. And so, they talk about like, well, YouTube's official, like their Twitter thing responded to, because she was like, this is crap. Why are these videos were approved? They're family videos. There's nothing wrong with them. Why are these? Oh, well, the comment section. It was like content creators now need to be responsible for their comment section and what is commented on their videos. And they're like, we have a team that moderates our chat or comment section, and no, but other YouTubers don't have that. How in the world do you expect people to be able to moderate their channels if they're not as big as we are? This is ridiculous, because now you're taking away people's income and livelihood of ads because of their comment section. All that's going to lead to is everyone's going to just disable comments on all their videos. Is what it's going to lead to. But now it also leads to the fact that people can now, again, as a form of harassment, go just shit all over their comment section, and now that person's going to get demonetized because of some random person who's commenting on their videos because, the advertisers, they don't want their ad to run on your video because the comments are filthy. And it's like, well, that's not my fucking problem. And so that's again an overstep a little from YouTube in trying to fix the problem, where it's like, well, hey, if your comment section's not up to par, we're gonna pull your ads. It's a little too far. Why not ban the user that made the shitty comment or whatever, or the super inappropriate pedo comment?
Why aren't they being held responsible? Why is it my issue to moderate your user?
Exactly. Yeah, okay. I mean, it is. It's going to turn into that people are going to shut off all their comments and stuff.
Especially if you're super popular and your comment section is thousands and thousands of comments deep. Really, you're going to waste 8 hours a day sifting through that stuff?
I mean, yeah, I guess if you have a team that's their job, but again, how? Just how? And it's a waste of time. It should not be on the content creator's responsibility to moderate what people are posting. Because not everybody has a team that can dedicate a full week's work to moderating videos. And all it takes is one butthurt, white dude to run to 4chan and have 4chan go shitpost somebody and just and do all and exactly what we're talking about, just fuck over someone's income. YouTube is such fucking garbage.
Mm-hmm. I wish there was a competitor that could rise up and take it over, but Google has done a thing. We were kind of chatting about it earlier, where they've created services that people, it's number one. Everybody uses them, and they are good when they're good. They're bad when they're bad. All right, so moving on, we have Hulk Hogan is going to get a biopic, and Kevin is already laughing because I don't think he likes the casting choice.
No. It just makes no sense, and it's Hulk Hogan, but it's not going to be the second half, the more racist side of his life. Hulk Hogan, it's going to be his 80s rise where he's all fucking roided out and probably all coked out and brother man, dude, Jack, bro. So it's weird because especially Todd Phillips and Chris Hemsworth are behind this, so it's got to be some kind of comedy in some sort.
What if
I would hope
it's a parody?
I would hope so, because that's the only redemption in here. I'd go see it if it was a parody style. If they did some kind of fucking funny way of
Well, no, he says perhaps I'm just assuming we'll take a comedic angle. Yeah, everyone's kind of with you on that one. It is kind of strange, especially with what's happened in his recent life.
That's why I think it's so surprising that they're even bothering. It's you really want to do this? This is the project you want to do? He's not necessarily in public's graces right now. People don't care for anything he does now or says, because he's kind of a racist piece of shit. And here's the thing. He didn't just wake up one day and become a racist.
And even before that, he was still an asshole in the business. I mean, he was always he was one of those dudes that just couldn't keep his hand off the controls there. You know, he had creative control when he went to WCW, and he basically fucked that up. And you know, just everywhere he went, you know, he had like this kind of like, I gotta go over, brother. You know, and just kind of like, you got these people work their asses off to get where they're at, and then Hogan just comes in with one leg drop, just kind of like ends their career or buries them, as you would wrestling term.
So I'm sure it'll be fun because it gets Todd Phillips and Chris Hemsworth, but it's just one of those. Do we need this? Can we not focus on a wrestler that like is a good person?
Yeah.
Where's our John
Fuck, even
Cena?
Macho Man would be better at this part.
Yeah, where's our John Cena movie?
Yeah, fuck it. Thug life.
For real.
Basic thugonomics.
All right, let's move on. We got, of course, that new segment that everybody seems to love, and I was trying to not have it this week, but I kept getting tweets about it, and they were like, "You better have a Soldier Boy content this week," because I think last week we almost forgot or something like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, but go ahead and hit that drop.
All right, here goes.
Soldier Boy content, Soldier Boy's cool, Soldier Boy's console, Soldier Boy news.
All right. Okay.
So, the Soldier Boy saga continues this week when him and rapper Tyga, that's spelled Tyga, Tyga, said in a deleted tweet, "I fucked your baby mama and played Fortnite with your son."
Thank God the roles weren't reversed on that one.
And that's it for your Soldier Boy news this week.
Cool.
The picture, by the way, that he's in this, it looks like two Bobby Heenans. Who the fuck are these guys that he's posing with?
I don't understand any of the stuff that's happening.
I don't understand any either.
And even, I guess there's beef between them.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess Soldier Boy also got a tattoo of Black China
Like China.
because that's
Well, you s-
Tyga's girl, I guess, baby mama.
Tyga bought one of the Soldier Boy machines and it was defective. And so when he tried to return to Soldier Boy said, "Fuck nah, I got your money." And basically the beef started.
Really?
No, I'm just.
I was like, oh, I thought maybe
I'm
you
just
read more of the
spitballing.
article than me. I was like, seriously?
That would have been great.
Oh my god.
Man, I got your console, man. It sucks.
Yeah, I fucked your wife and played Fortnite with your boy.
Good. That's good customer service right there.
I played Fortnite on my console.
Oh my god. I don't understand.
All right,
any
that's
of
it.
this.
Let's move on.
Okay, moving on. I'm just gonna hit that drop one more time.
Soldier Boy content, Soldier Boy's cool, Soldier Boy's console, Soldier Boy
That
news.
was so much fun with Doug, and he loved it. And I just watched his reaction, and he rolled his fucking eyes.
He's done.
Uh,
We've
yeah.
exhausted our Soldier Boy because of Doug.
I've said this before. I wish it changed. Like I wish we had a couple of variants.
Let's get into some gaming news. And the biggest news coming out this week is that Nintendo's own U.S. I guess CEO, PA, whatever, Reggie Fila Anime is retiring in April.
What was his name, Jer?
Reggie Fila Anime.
Reggie Fils-Aimé?
Yeah, of course. That's what I said, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, Mr. Fils-Aimé is it's a sad day, right? But he's being replaced by someone called Doug Bowser.
How fucking crazy is that?
If it's not intentional, I don't know what is. Also, but he gets to join the fun club with Matt Booty.
Yes! Matt Booty!
And Stank.
What was it, like Dan Stanky?
Yeah, or whatever that dude's name was. So now we got Doug Bowser. Also, you got to think, like Reggie Fils-Aimé, right? Like, that kind of sounds like Mario's tagline. Fils-Aimé, Mario.
And that's what it'll be from now on now. Reggie is immortalized.
He was a fun man. I loved watching him. He seemed like he really loved the product during the good times and the bad. He stood in front of everybody and took the complaints, and then of course he got to go out on top with the Switch.
Yeah.
and he recorded a video for everyone saying how joyful he is, and now he gets to just be a Nintendo fan. Motherfucker, you ain't never paying for a Nintendo product for the rest of your life, and you know that.
Yeah,
Of course not.
absolutely. I have to say, one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen in the video game world was at the Video Game Awards this year, where he and Phil Spencer and then the dude from Sony, whatever the fuck his name is, I forget, all
They all came out together.
yeah, they all came out together and were on stage together talking about the importance of video games. That was such a cool moment to see these three titans in the gaming industry come out together on the stage and talk about again the importance of video gaming and all that. That was really cool because I'm sure they're all professional friends, but it was cool to see this I don't know, unity between the three big heads of gaming.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop there, because of the fact that it looks like Nintendo and Microsoft are becoming they're building a partnership, which is really nutso, man.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is in talks to bring Xbox Game Pass to the Nintendo Switch, and that includes the xCloud game streaming tech, which would allow you to stream the Xbox One games to a Switch through a dedicated app. And of course, Xbox Live would be coming over as well. So
Insane.
This would never happen. What is happening?
It's Microsoft going, we're not going to invest in making a handheld device, and
Exactly.
so we're
That's
going
what I was
to
thinking.
we're going to use the top selling one, that's beating out PlayStation, and we're going to give them a fuck ton of money to make it happen. And I also I think that this has to do with the change in Nintendo's president over the last few years, right? The fact that it's gone to someone else. I feel like their business model has kind of shifted. We've talked about this, where it's don't make, you guys aren't making mobile games. Why aren't you making mobile games? Well, they are now, and they're making a fuck ton of money doing it. And the Switch has been huge. They finally seem to be turning themselves around. Obviously they still make really dumb decisions all the time, but
All the time.
Listen, when you can sell cardboard to somebody at a premium price,
yeah.
you're allowed to make a dumb decision every once in a while.
No, absolutely. And that's the thing. We've talked about stuff on the show where it's oh man, I love the Switch, but God, this is fucking stupid, Nintendo. What the fuck is your problem? But yeah, if they do this thing with Microsoft and they make this happen, it'll be big for both of them. And this is one of those things where Sony needs to figure out what it's doing, because I mean, while the PS4 is great and their exclusives are great, and I'm sure the PS5 or whatever they're going to call it is also going to be awesome. This is huge for both, again, Nintendo and Xbox, because I will sign back up for Xbox Live. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing as well. Is when you look at this, if you already own a Nintendo product and now you can play Xbox games on your Nintendo Switch as well, what other company you're going to go with now.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's an easy choice to be all right. So, I mean, because they could do it one of two ways. They could include Game Pass, which, they could just let you play over, streaming and whatnot. Or they could say, well, you need an Xbox One console in order to play games on your Switch, which I don't think that they would do. I think that's I think that's an old way of thinking, and I think that they would have made that mistake a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't think that they would,
as long as you have an Xbox Live account and you're paying for Game Pass or whatever, they already got your money. I don't care what system you play it on. I mean, and that's kind of been Xbox's model the last few years, where especially when it's yo, you buy a game through the Xbox store, play it on PC too. Fuck it, you have it on. And so that's kind of been, not that they're dropping the console by any means, but they're giving their players more options of how to play their
play
games.
anywhere. That's their slogan, is play anywhere.
Yeah, and by doing that with the Switch, again, it's huge for Microsoft, because they're going to win over people from Nintendo. Not win them over, we're going to steal your business, but now we have your business too. And then those that are Xbox players that, maybe they don't have a Switch, or maybe they've been thinking about one, are going to get one, because the idea of being able to play your Xbox games anywhere is awesome. Yeah, it may not look as good, because it's going to be on a Nintendo Switch or whatever. But it's probably not that processor that's really running the graphics if it's streaming.
If
No,
just
it's streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, like remember that PS4 remote app? You could play PS4 on the go
Yeah.
on like a laptop. So I mean,
that's why I think the PlayStation, they've got to, like, if this goes through, they've got to be thinking about what they're going to do, because I mean they're not doing like Vita anymore, are they? That's discontinued.
No, they're discontinued
for
to
a few years now.
Yeah. So I mean, do they even have a handheld thing anymore for PlayStation?
Actually, I think no. But at the end of this month, I don't even think PlayStation Plus is going to cover Vita or PS3 games anymore. It's just going to be straight PS4 games.
Yeah. So that's fucking crazy.
One thing about it I wanted to say was just like the Game Pass is going to be huge now, because they're always looking for more ways to sell that Game Pass. People are going to buy the hell out of it, knowing that they can play it on their Switch now too.
That's what I'm saying. Like I will get the Game Pass. Are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I will. Yes. Like, yes.
I've got it. I love it, but I got a deal on it over the winter. I didn't expect this to happen, so this is an added bonus for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's worth it.
I used to have the Game Pass back when I had Xbox Live, but like, since I don't game on my Xbox nearly as much as I used to, I put Red Dead on it, but like, yeah, this is a way also, again, like, to bring people like to it and back to it, because I will absolutely play it on my Switch if I can just lay in bed and play Red Dead or something. Yes, yes, like, absolutely.
Yep. All right. Oh man, Activision.
Activision going to Activision.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4 has introduced loot boxes. Now, normally you'd be like, all right, well, everyone has them. But here's the deal. It's a $60 game with already a what's it called? Cosmetics that can cost money.
A $50 season pass or $40
season pass. And then also a battle pass for the blackout mode. And now loot boxes. What the fuck? Like,
Activision, bunch of fucking vampires.
It's just a piece of shit move, man. Like, if you made your blackout mode free to play and then added some stuff like this, okay, sure, whatever. Like, sure, try to make more money. But just to be so greedy that you're like, hey, you know what we haven't done? We haven't monetized enough. Let's go ahead and add loot boxes back in. I'm in the mind that I cannot wait for someone in Congress to deem it gambling officially, so they stop the bullshit with these loot boxes. Do what's right and let people buy whatever fucking skin they want without doing it through loot boxes. It's such a waste, because you only have like a 0.2% chance of getting something that you actually want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can't say I'm surprised, though, because remember, this is the same Activision who decided, hey, 800 employees.
Yeah.
We made a lot of money last year, but we don't need you. So they can just go fuck themselves.
Yep.
And the devs are saying, they're taking a lot of heat, and they're going, listen, guys, we made a lot of claims in the beginning, but we don't get to choose the business side of it. We don't choose those kind of aspects.
That's fair. It's their board of directors, whoever make these calls. I mean,
Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, I mean, and it could even be above him. There's there's like a board of directors somewhere that's probably going, how can we make more money? Well, these loot boxes make a fuck ton of money. Well, add it in. Well, that's going to piss off some people. Fuck it, I don't care. I just want their money. I don't give a shit what gamers think about our product.
They've already bought the game.
We've already made 60 off of them. Let's make more. They don't give a shit. They don't, and that's the problem. Is that I feel like it's not gamers running the gaming industry in those regards, and that it's people that only care about the bottom line and making money. I mean,
kind of the same thing even with Apex. There was a story that came out that there's this rare set that there's only one in the game. I forgot what it's called, but it's a 3-item set. It's a skin and some other stuff you get with it. And the way the drop works is if you spend I think it's something like 200 crates. If you open 200 crates and you don't receive this item, then it'll guarantee dropped after 200. It's a guaranteed drop. Well, this guy was like, all right, well, I really want this, and it looks cool. Surely I won't have to spend a ton of money to get a skin. So the dude starts buying loot crates. 30, 50, 70, 100. $500 later,
Oh my
and
god.
200 crates fall without receiving it. And then he gets it guaranteed. Spent $500 on a skin. And he goes, listen, I know I'm not dumb here. I have a really successful job. I wanted to test this out. I wanted to see, because my other friends have gotten it dropped. I wanted to see how far that this would go. And yes, they made me buy all 200 before the item dropped. And because he wanted to show how ridiculous these loot boxes are and the odds of getting anything out of them.
Crazy.
Yep.
It's insane. Ugh.
All right, so last story of the night is we have something that I never thought I would report. A streamer has gotten so big that he has his own toy line now. Ninja is releasing his own toy line.
Well, that's because most of his fans are kids.
Well, they
I
look
say
more like
most.
they look more like collectibles and less like toys, right? If that's what they are in the picture here.
Mm-hmm. These are them.
Yeah, they look like the Fallout bobbleheads.
Yeah, they're okay. So what they are, they're his 20 emotes from Twitch. I'm guessing, yeah. And hey, you know what? That's a fucking dream. Are you kidding me? Like
I
that's
know,
awesome.
More power to him. You know, I don't want to come off as a hater for it, but I was just like, fuck, man. Like it's got to a point where you can't deny the fame
No,
of a streamer.
Yeah, no, they're huge.
They're
That's-
so big.
I mean, that's the thing these days. You can be famous just you don't have to leave the house to be famous anymore because of the fact that we have this wonderful thing, the internet. We have Twitch, we have Mixer, we have all these different streaming programs. You can kind of make yourself famous. Make a shitty YouTube unboxing video, and then all of a sudden get 100,000 views overnight. Anyone can do it. You know, you just
Yeah.
and it's a strike, and it's a thing. It's like it seems like low content gets the feel, or like low content gets the win. But
Anybody can do it, but the odds of doing it are just like going out to Hollywood or trying to be a singer.
exactly.
There's only 5 to 10 top streamers who make a shit ton of money off of it, and everyone else just kind of picks up the pieces around them.
Yep.
Yes, you can make a living doing it, but you do have to work your ass off to do it. Stream, even these big guys have to stream 12 hours a day. It's a job, and you can't tell me that you're still enjoying the game after 15, 30 days straight of playing a game 12 hours a day. You can't be that into it. Get the fuck out of here. There's no way.
Mm.
And then you're like, oh my God, I just wish I fucking play a different game.
Please let me play. Please set me free.
Game. And then you have a contract to not play another game. And at first you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be awesome. Oh, this is not awesome.
yeah.
So, and you hear it all the time. Like these, I've watched Ninja say it. I've watched Dr. Disrespect say it. I've seen what's his name say it. What's the guy? No, fuck him. What's the guy who has no personality but has a ton of, not Summit, the other one that has no personality, very monotone, and he doesn't really entertain, but he's super good at first person shooters. Oh, I forgot his name.
I was gonna say Stone Mountain, but then that dude's hilarious. That dude's like super charismatic.
No, I'd have to maybe he's streaming right now. He's like really, really fun. Oh, there he is. It's a Shroud.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Shroud, yeah.
Yeah. So I've seen them all say it to where they're just like, I want to get to a point where I have enough money in the bank so that way I can stream for like maybe 4 hours a day instead of all this time. and I want to be able to take a day off without feeling like I'm missing out on income. And because if I take a day off, I'm going to lose subscriptions. People are not going to tune in, and it's a huge fear for the people who are doing this. Now you get to ninja level where they pay you and fly you out to do these award shows and make appearances, then you're set for those days off. You know? But nobody's really gotten to that point like him.
Yeah. It's the dream. I'm telling you. Like we've talked about how much we would love just to spend all day streaming, especially. I don't know, because I consider what we do not necessarily the podcast. It's the podcast, but like variety streaming, where you just play like whatever the fuck you want to play. Like that's the dream. But unfortunately, that's kind of the problem. Is that like there's not a whole lot of variety streamers that are super successful. Exactly, because people want to watch Fortnite and people want to watch. And I don't want to say Black Ops,
Apex.
but yeah, exactly those type of games. Like I just looked because I follow Smack, and he's one of those, like, you know, he goes to the game competitions and stuff. And I really started watching him during PUBG because he was one of the PUBG. He's part of TSM, one of those, you know, esport teams or whatever. And you know, it was fun watching those things. But like even right now, he's live right now and he's playing. Like one of the Tom Clancy games, I don't know, like Siege or something, Siege 6 or something like that. I mean, that, and while he does variety, because he does a bunch of like, you know, different those FPS like tournament games, like he's still not as big as, you know, even some of his fellow teammates like Viz or Break, you know, some of these other like people that are part of his team, because you know they will play this game every day for 12 hours, and they have a fuck ton of viewers and stuff. It's just I wish there was a way to be like more popular as a as a variety streamer, because that's, you know, again, yeah, I get bored with the game, especially, I mean, even like Anthem. I haven't played Anthem since that like first weekend it came out, you know, like on the 15th or whatever.
Speaking of Anthem, it has terrible sales, by the way.
Yeah, it hasn't been doing too well.
Yeah, the sales for it are not good. They are below Mass Effect Andromeda sales.
Ooh,
Yikes.
That's a kick in the pants right there.
So I don't know.
Well, yeah, and I think some of it might be some of the forced co-op stuff, like the fact that there isn't like a single player mode. Really, you can do some of these missions solo, but even the game's like, nah, you don't want to do this. Like this is you need more people.
And it doesn't put you in groups that are like at the beginning of a fucking mission. It's just like, oh, here, halfway through, go ahead, bye.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, what? I've missed so much.
Yeah, and then obviously the issues with the like tomb stuff and the stuff you have to do in the free play, where, you know, no, if you're just randomly playing with people, no one's playing together because everyone's doing their own thing, because people may have different objectives of what they need to do.
I'm about over it.
Yeah, which is a shame. I mean, because we had a lot of fucking fun. It's a fun game, but I mean, I'm playing, you know, Far Cry New Dawn with Caleb, and I'm having way more fun. Like, because it is a single player game that you can do co-op, and it's a lot of fun. Now there is a multiplayer, you know. Well, I don't know about New Dawn. I know there was for Far Cry 5. There's the arcade stuff, you know, that are kind of like, you know, team deathmatch stuff like that. But
it just sucks because they threw a single player game into a multiplayer universe, and it's so split up, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you go back to this hub world and you turn in your quest, and everyone has to turn them in individually, as to where something like, you look back even on the Division, where they tried this 2 years ago, and it was like, all right, well, let's turn in our quests, and it turns it in for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what I remember. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but no, I think I am wrong on that. Well, I think that everybody had to unlock it individual. I think maybe it was
we just kept going back to base because we had to kept
playing so much together,
and we kept selling stuff and buying stuff.
Yeah, when you finished a mission like that, it was done. You didn't really have to turn anything in. The missions were given to you like through comms and stuff, of like the hideout, you know, not hideouts, but those sections you had to hit. But yeah, we went back to the
safe
base.
House.
Yeah, we went back to the safe. Oh yeah, there's the safe houses too. Exactly, that's where you get your missions from, the safe houses. But yeah, you're going there because you're buying stuff, you're selling stuff, you're doing upgrades.
But it also, it also was very like it was all what's the word I'm looking for? It was cohesive. Like everything.
Oh yeah.
It just it wasn't split apart. No loading.
Yeah.
I think they hid the loading screen in as well when you walk into the base,
Mhm.
and it was actually you walking through, and then it loaded in, and then you were like, "Cool!" Like way to hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's like the only time it really turned it single player is when you were up into the base. When you went into the like hideouts or whatever, like those were, or the safe rooms, whatever you want to call them. Like that was still multiplayer. There were still other players there, and there was other players that aren't a part of your team. Like, because again, there's like a brief loading screen sort of thing while you're running through the hallway to get there. And so when you walk in the door, suddenly there's like, oh, there's 10 other people here. But the second you walk out, you're back to just the 4 or however many you have in your group. And then again, the only time it became single player is when you're in the base, because everyone is upgrading their bases differently and unlocking things differently depending on like what they want to spend their stuff on.
Yeah, because that's right. Now I remember. Because if you depending on what you unlock is kind of your character path. Because if you unlock the defensive, then you get defensive abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah. So the loading screens and stuff, that's what's going to kill Anthem, and it's such a shame because it is a fun game. It's really cool, and the flying around is a lot of fun, and some of the like ultimate stuff is just so much fun. But
I also hate that there aren't any armor drops. They promised a ton of customization with your javelins, and all it is paint jobs, and it's just like, all right, well, I thought I was going to be unique on this thing, and you have to go buy your skins, and those cost about $10 a piece.
Yeah.
So
hey, Division 2 in a month.
Yeah.
See how that goes. Open beta coming soon.
I'm excited. I love the Division 1.
I'm getting more excited now that Anthem has passed and that fucking boat is sunk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Anyway,
have you been able to catch any of my stream, by the way, of Resident Evil?
no, I haven't.
Nah, I fell asleep last night, but I did watch your clip this morning, and I have to say, so I watched the clip of with Mr. X or whatever he's called, like fucking showing up, and it's silly because it's DMX, X gonna get you, but I was like, I can't play these fucking games. Like I'm about to have a heart attack, and I'm just watching you play. Like,
okay, well, I made highlights of my first 2 playthroughs, so you can watch the game in unison if you want to see if you want to watch that on your own. And yeah, after he pops up, it is fucking scary because even when you're not in the room with him, you'll hear him walking around the building. So you'll hear his footsteps and you'll hear him going into other rooms and checking shit. So you have to like hide from him. Like it gets tense. So yeah, it was a fun stream. I think I'm going to stream a little bit more later tonight if I can. So, but yeah, if you want to watch him, I saved the highlights. Resident Evil 2 remake is amazing. I love it.
it looked great. It looks great.
Yeah.
But I cannot. I cannot.
I cannot.
Well, that's it for the show this week. I hope that everybody enjoyed it. Stay tuned for a little bit of Q&A action. And guess what, guys? Next week, it looks like we're back to choosing whatever voices we want because nobody donated bits, which is okay with me because I want to go back to normal.
I'm tired of doing dumb voices.
I'm Jeremy.
I'm Doug.
I'm Kevin.
And until next week, lots of love, hugs, and all that bullshit.